speech crafters, the one observation I made is when Pragya uttered those words, that now that the program is over, you're free from my hands. That was when I saw the loudest applause. Okay, I could not see your smiles because I was behind you, but I got the feedback instantly that they had the biggest smile. So there is a good old English proverb which says, action speaks louder than words. So if you put 1 plus 1, which is loudest applause and the biggest smile, I don't have to say anything more. But yes, one interpretation is you can take it the sarcastic way, that finally we got relief. But the other interpretation is we are free from her clutches as speech crafters, but we can now rub shoulder to shoulder with her as a Toastmaster. That's another observation, right? Because now it's like that student or that person who is getting mentored under a coach for that competition. And the minute that competition is over and the performance is achieved, that person is no longer a protege, but first among equals. Yes? Yes? Now Sachin Tendulkar and his coach Ramakant Akrekar. After Sachin became Sachin for the first time, after his debut and his maiden century and all, he is no more just the student for Ramakant Akrekar. He is going to become somebody great. Of course, the relation between a guru and a shishya will not change. But what will change is the perspective with which you watch. Right? Okay. Now, 6 sessions, is that what the program is about? Right? Yes. 6 sessions. How many of you are speech crafters here who finished the 12 member team who finished the 6 session? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Right? Okay. One word I want from you. Why did you enroll to this program? Whenever you enrolled. I don't know whether it was 2020 or 2019 or 2022. Pandemic has changed the timelines for all of us. Whenever you did enroll for this program, what is that one word, or how can you sum it up in one word for me that you joined this program? Why did you do that?
To gain confidence.
Who's that? Okay. I'm going to use some of the keywords. Here. Confidence.
Learning and growth.
Huh?
Learning and growth.
Learning and growth.
Opportunity.
Learning and growth. Okay. Opportunity.
Stage presence.
Stage presence.
Stage fear.
Stage fear. Okay.
Improve communication skills.
Improve.
Storytelling.
Leadership skills. Leadership skills. This is leadership. Then 12 done?
Someone said samosa.
8. Who said samosa? I don't know, but then I commend you for your research. Huh? Okay, if you join Speechcraft, you will get samosa. Fantastic. And I don't think HTM has put samosa in the brochure, right? Or the
But they have been guest to
In regular meeting we provide so.
Okay, so it's a logical extension of that. Okay, then still I have one word short.
Expressive.
To become better speaker.
Expression.
Expression. To become better speaker. Is it same as this? Improve communication skills. Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
Network.
Network, but I put it in bracket because I don't think you are a speech crafter, no? Right. Okay. Right. Speech crafters, anything else? Those who have enrolled. Okay. Now, we are finished, right? We are at the end. Certificate will come, that's a process. But do you think you have got what you wanted when you joined? Just take a look at the whiteboard and tell me if you got what you wanted.
At least the first step.
At least the
First step.
okay, first level of whatever you wanted, you achieved. Okay, so it means you recognize that there are more levels to it. There are more levels to it. Fair enough, fair enough. Then
Definitely got the samosa.
You definitely got it. This is like 100% compound. Then, okay.
बोलो यार 6 हफ्ते लगाए हैं
This is the first step towards the success.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very difficult question to answer. It's very easy to ask, but it's very difficult to answer because almost all of them cannot be summed up as, okay, this is what it is and I got it. Samosas, yes. Right? You can actually sum it up with the length and the breadth and the width and also the weight. But then confidence, stage presence, stage fear, or learning and growth, opportunity, you cannot say that this is where it starts and this is where it ends. Right? And that is the reason why all of you are kind of thinking and reflecting multiple times as to, can I say yes, I got what I wanted, or can I still have to say? So the very, very diplomatic answer was maybe the first step, maybe level 1, maybe we just got started. And that is where I want to segue into my keynote, which is Toastmasters for the real world. As we know that the world outside this room is pretty much same as what the world is inside this. Because if you look at a professional, if you look at a successful individual, these are definitely some of the attributes you list down when you want to say a successful individual. Am I right? Of course, there are many more when it comes to subject expertise or domain expertise and a lot of other things, empathy and ethics and values and discipline and commitment. Those are there. I'm not saying that this is the exhaustive list, but what I'm trying to tell you is this definitely makes to that list, these values or these attributes, right? So, one point which you all can take back is, as he rightly said, that we have taken the first step, or at least we have conquered level 1. So, speechcraft, if you look at it from that perspective, is successful. Okay. But then I don't want to let the organizers go scot-free, right? So now let's turn the table. Whenever the organizers planned this program, VP Education of HTM is here, program coordinator is here, many more people, president is here, and also the big wigs of HTM are also here, district leaders are here. Whenever you conceptualize speechcraft, what were the things which you promised them? What are the things which you promised them? You would have shown them the rows, no? Quality. Okay.
We promised opportunity first.
Okay, you promised opportunity. Okay.
Actionable change.
Sorry?
Actionable change.
Actionable change. Okay.
6 weeks of consistent stage time for practice.
Very good. Okay. Anything else? Samosas?
Mentoring.
Mentoring?
We did have the samosa in the budget.
You did have it.
But we didn't promise.
You didn't promise? Okay, that was underperformance.
Overperformance.
Low performance under expectation. Okay, then that's it. Okay, let me tell you this: quality or opportunity or actionable change or consistent stage time and mentoring. You, if you want, can still continue. The only thing is your title will change from speechcrafter to Toastmaster. That's all. The gentleman in the yellow shirt, I don't know his name, but he made a very good statement at the beginning when he was walking out. He said, 15 years ago I heard you. He might not be accurate with the timeline, but at least the essence was, I heard you long, long back. Okay. But even after that duration of 10, 12, 15 years, the reason I am still part of Toastmaster is because I need consistent stage time, I want mentoring, I want opportunities, I want actionable change, and I want good quality. So the choice is yours. I'm not here to sell. I'm only telling you that that is possible. And why that is possible is, or why I'm saying that with confidence is, I was there in your chair some time ago as a speech crafter. Today, if I am a Toastmaster or a distinguished Toastmaster, all that happened level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, but my level 1 was speechcraft. In fact, those days, somebody said it was pandemic where three what is it called, sessions I did physical and then I went online. This was 2020.
Yes.
But when I joined Speechcraft, this was 2011. 2011, there was no pandemic. Okay, it was my own schedule which did not allow me to complete 8 sessions. Those days it was 8 session Speechcraft. I could not complete. I attended 6. The last 2 I could not attend. But then eventually I came back and then I made it, and now you see me as a Toastmaster. But the point what I'm trying to tell you is, my journey is pretty much similar to your journey. So the choice here is yours, not Pragya's, not HTM's, or not anybody's. You can continue to get all of this. Plus, you can continue to explore next levels in all of these which you want. And you get much more. You get much more. I'll give you a few examples from my own life. Why Toastmasters was very important for me, or it was my fallback option after even I left Speechcraft. But for that you need to know a little bit of my story. I am from Bangalore and I came to know about Toastmasters in the year 2002. Okay? 2002 I heard about Toastmasters. Why? Because when I went to my college, that was Jain College in Bangalore, we had 9 sections for undergrad commerce and management programs. That is BCom and BBA. All the 9 sections had an independent Toastmaster club. That means it was a section A club, section B club, section C club, section D club, and so on. And I joined a BBA program. So I attended the demo meeting or whatever meeting you call it, but I never joined Toastmasters from 2002 to 2011. So that means for 9 years, somehow I managed to escape Toastmasters. Somehow I managed. 2011, I saw one of the flyers in Hyderabad, because I had moved by then to Hyderabad. I moved to Hyderabad in 2009, and when I saw the flyer in Hyderabad, it was about Speechcraft, and I had no clue. Speechcraft is a sister concern of Toastmaster. If by mistake also they would have mentioned Toastmaster, I would have just left that on its own. But I called that number which was listed there, and my intention to get there, for me, my intention to get there was this. See, I come from a background where I have to keep giving speeches in my organization because I run a chain of schools. And I have to keep talking to students and parents and all the stakeholders. But for me, whenever I used to go up on stage and speak, I used to get only one word as a feedback: good. Because obviously, right, when you are talking to a group of parents, or you are talking to a group of children, or you are talking to your own staff whom you pay salary at the end of 30 days, they won't give you any feedback other than good. Whatever rubbish crap you speak, they'll say good, sir, good. Very good. Right? So I was kind of vexed with the idea of, why am I not getting any opportunity to get feedback? Right? So I said, okay, let me explore this because it promised me consistent stage time. So okay, let me go there. These words were not in my mind then, but eventually I understood that yes, some of them even got ticked as I progressed in Speechcraft. Now coming back, so I saw the pamphlet and I called that person and he said, you come. And those days the meeting was done in what is that college? St. Mary's College at Yusufgura. So I went there. I used to be in KPHP, the Raintree Park. From there I used to go there every Sunday, and we used to have Saturdays every Saturday afternoons. So I attended, but because I have a job to keep and I was traveling, so I could not complete my program. Long story short, I entered Toastmasters through Speechcraft, and what motivated me to stick on was the part which is called as evaluation, the feedback which I wanted from people. And the other thing is, it was very, very specific feedback. It was not generic. Now, if somebody tells you, okay, this room is quite warm, can we switch on the air conditioners? It is a generic thing. But if you say, can you set the temperature to 19 degrees? And can you switch on that air conditioner? That is specific. Yes or no?
Yes.
So for me, what kind of attracted was the specific feedback. And I saw Sunil, I saw Ajay, and I saw a lot of people who used to come as guests, like how I have come today, and talk about different pieces, like storytelling is one piece, how to give effective evaluations is another piece, how to even do stage choreography is another piece. Lot of things, there are many things, right? But then that was the specificity, and it was far, far better than good sir. It was much better, right? So that's how I entered Toastmasters. Then the long story short, again 2011, 2012 I joined, now we are in 2023. I've seen the whole thing. I've contested, I've lost. I still remember the first time I contested in an evaluation contest, because feedback was my word, right? So I wanted to go for the evaluation contest. So I got selected, I cleared my club level, went to the area level, went to the division level. These are jargons you will figure out once you grow, and Toastmaster Vikram will be happy to explain anytime you want. Okay, but once we grow in Toastmasters, so you go there, and I went to the division or rather district contest which was held in Calcutta, right? All the way to Calcutta. And Sunil was the division governor there, and he was like Virat Kohli for IPL of Toastmasters, because they used to give you some cap, no, purple cap, some Toastmasters for all the division records, scores. I'm like, okay, this happens because IPL purple cap you get, orange cap you get for the maximum. So I'm like, okay, Toastmasters maybe hota hai. Right, so he was like a star for that leadership track. But I was there for a contest and I lost. I lost the contest. And I was not disappointed because I lost the contest. I was disappointed because the people in the audience gave me the feeling that I already won even before the results were announced. That is the beauty of Toastmasters. Toastmasters will always make you feel great. You feel like you need to be with them almost 24 hours or 36 hours or even 48 hours in a day. Because they will not give you negative, they will give you feedback, but they will not give you negative attitude. They are two different things. They'll always applaud, they'll always be smiling, they'll always be encouraging, they'll always be supportive of your work. So when I finished my evaluation on stage and I got down, people started talking to me as if I have already won the district contest. This was at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Results came out at 6 o'clock or 5:30 in the evening, and I lost. So I was disappointed to that part, that why did they give me a make-believe philosophy. But then, because of that feeling I got from 12:30 to 5:30, I sustained the loss. For me, trophy never mattered. Because again, back I am with the same group of people who were supportive. So for me, that coupled with this and the feedback sustained me in Toastmasters for what, 12 years now, or 11 complete and then 12 running or whatever you want to call it. That's the journey. Okay. Now, I spoke to you about my journey, I spoke to you about Speechcraft, I spoke to you about Toastmasters. But then there is real world also outside, right? You can't stay 48 hours or 24 hours inside the room. You need to go and meet. I'll give you 2 or 3 examples from my life, and then we can open it up for questions. Okay. I came for feedback, but then there was this other segment called table topics. I saw a lot of you got surprised today, thanks to the googly they threw at you. But then you got your table topics and you all. So even I was wondering why this on the spot speaking. What is the need of it? Of course, I was also very, very skeptical and hesitant to go on stage and talk. I might be very confident today, but it doesn't happen overnight, right? It takes its time. Everybody has their own journey and they have to do their own sacrifices and struggles. So when I was introduced to the topic or the segment of table topics, I was also very kind of hesitant. They used to pull, they used to drag us onto the stage. I don't know whether they used to do it in your Speechcraft sessions, but some people never used to get up and go. Okay, and we also, like as Speechcrafters, we had this thing, you know, some people used to say, listen, you message me once table topic segment is over, then I'll enter the room. Okay, or exactly at the same time you take a loo break. right? Or you just act as if you got an important emergency call and you try to go out. But we had Harsh Singhal and Alfred and all. Those people were guarding the doors. They never used to allow us to go anywhere. No, it's okay. Sit down. Okay. So these. But then, when I used to go and I used to speak, it was not about, okay, 1 minute I have to survive. It was about, can I give some sense to the topic to my audience? Okay, and people used to help us. They used to give us techniques. They used to talk to us about, you know what, you did this, but you could have did that as well. You could have spoken about this. And that was where we grew. Now coming to the example, what I want to give you. I finished my speechcraft. And 2012, I had my IIM Lucknow program. So I was there in Lucknow. And this was the first day of the class. Right? I had this executive program for managers, and I was there. And my name is C. Chandrasekhar, right? C. So I'm in the first bench or the first row in the class. So where Pragya is seated, or rather not even that, this was my chair because the professor is here. So this was my chair. And I am Lucknow director, Devi Singh. He enters the room. It was the inaugural class at 6:30 in the evening. He has to come, he has to inaugurate the class and give his lecture or keynote. And 9 o'clock is dinner with the IIM Lucknow director. And that's the last time we will meet him till convocation. Okay, so and in convocation, you know, right? It is Mela, so he won't even recognize you. You will be already dressed in a gown and with a cap. He won't not recognize you. Okay, so this is your time to make your mark. What is that? Somebody said no eye contact with the director of IIM Lucknow. And to my bad luck or good luck, so he came up on the stage and he started talking about similar way what I started. Why are you here? I think it is very natural for everybody to come on stage to start with a question. So he started with a question, why are you guys here? 60 people of us. Alright, this gentleman here, can you stand up? I'm sitting there. Okay, alright, so let's say you represent the 60. Would you like to come here on stage and tell me why all of you made it to IIM Lucknow? Alright. Now imagine my situation. Imagine my situation. Now I have only 3 options. First option is the door is visible. Okay. Second option is I say I don't know and sit down, or just don't move from there, freeze. Okay. How long will the IIM Lucknow director wait for me? Right, he will get on with his life. Option number 3 is make the most of the opportunities. I mean, this was one great opportunity which I have to represent 65 people or 60 plus people in front of the IIM Lucknow director in a matter of split second. Okay, so I went thanks to speechcraft training. Thanks to speechcraft training, I went and I started same way how we start speechcraft or Toastmasters table topics. We repeat the topic. We repeat the topic. So why are we here? And then I did speak. Okay, I don't remember what I spoke, but I did speak something. And you know, we are all tuned, right? That 1 minute green flag should come up. Okay, so I don't have a timer in front of me, but I still managed to maintain some eye contact and speak. And of course, it's not just speechcraft training. I was also a speaker in terms of my school. I have to speak to parents. So that confidence and thinking, it was a culmination of a lot of things. But at the end of the day, the jump from my chair to the podium was thanks to speechcraft and table topics. I came here and I did speak and I went. He was happy, and in fact, 2 things I want to tell you. Post that, I went on to become the class rep for the whole IIM Lucknow just because I represented them, because IIM Lucknow director nominated me to be there. I did not do anything, so I became a class rep for the next 18 months. But the second thing is, 2017 or 18, we meet at an education conference at Bombay, Global Education Summit. We have a school segment, that is a K-12 segment, and we have a university segment or a higher education segment. And then Devi Singh, myself, we meet at the conference, what is it called, cafeteria for lunch. He remembers me. He's no more with IIM Lucknow, he has moved on to Flame University, but then he remembers me. Hey young man, you were the guy who actually spoke in the class of 2012. How are you doing? What are you doing? He does not even know then, or he did not even know till then, that I am also from education background. I work with the education institutions. All he knew was this fellow who was the scapegoat that day. Right? Why am I trying to give you this example is three things. Number one, the training which I got at Speechcraft. Number two, I got the opportunity and I latched onto it. And number three, when you latch onto an opportunity wholeheartedly and you go there, the real world takes notice of you. Takes notice of you. And let me give you a simple trivia question here. Think of any leader whom you admire. Men, women, small, big, young, whoever. Are they good at their expression, communication, or not? And please, when I say communication, do not judge communication for vocabulary. Okay? Are they not good? So that is the power of expression. That is the power of communication. So that's first example. Second example, this is Goa. Don't run your imagination wide. Okay, so this is Goa. This is a district conference, and I was the district director. Okay, and as a district director, let me give you an example. You are like, it is your, if you're all very young, I can't even say your children's wedding. Okay, so it is your brother or sister, sibling's wedding. Okay, imagine what will be your situation. You have to look good. Okay, you have to greet every relative because you might be next in line or whatever it is. Okay, then you have to take care of your family's reputation and respect. Okay, then you are hoping against all odds that everything as planned should go. All relatives and all friends and all invitees should go back saying, "Wow, what a wedding!" Right? Plus, you have your own petty businesses to manage: selfies, Instagram, then friends, eating that sweet, or trying to talk to some other boy there, whatever it is, right? You have all those things. So district conference is similar to that. Okay, so you, as a district leader, I think Vikram will understand because he is gearing up for May 27th. Okay, you have to manage a lot of things. And when I was managing a lot of things, along with my team, of course, you're not allowed to do that. Again, at the lunch break, I have my team member, I don't want to name them, but he comes, he's my second in command. He comes and says, "Listen, you drop your plate, you forget everything, you need to solve this, otherwise this conference is not going to go forward." And I was about to eat that paneer. Okay, and I am hungry. From morning I have not eaten anything. I was about to eat that paneer, and this fellow says, "You drop your plate." Now for me it is that dilemma of should I listen to him or should I say, "I don't care, I want my paneer." Okay, but yeah, I kept the plate, I sat with him, I said, "What happened?" And then he brings two more people and he says, "These two people are not going to listen to me. They don't want to listen to you. They don't want to listen to each other. They don't want to look eye to eye. And if you don't," and for me, this was around 2:15 and 2:30 the international speech contest is starting, grand finals. Okay, one of them is a judge member, secret jury. I know it because I'm an official. One of them is a secret jury and the other one is the ballot counter. Ballot counter is whatever you put as a vote, I will validate it. Now you know, right, if my equation with you is not good, what will happen? Okay, so this is the story. And then this is not even that day's crisis. This is a crisis which was brewing for the last 3 months. But then, as all good things come to an end, even this came to the finale. Right? So this is the situation. Now there, I told them a story. I said, "Forget about all this. Let's listen to this. Let's listen to this." So I told that story of Narendra Modi and that chai and overflowing cup of chai. You know that story, no? Tata. Some of you know. Okay, I'll tell you the story in a short way. My time is almost running over. But what happened is when that Nandikam fight was going on, that Calcutta said, get out of this place, we don't want the Tata plant. And then Manmohan Singh, as usual, was confused about where to place them. Because Ratan Tata has announced that 1 lakh car he will roll it out to the country. Right? So, Manmohan Singh called Narendra Modi, our Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister, and also Ratan Tata, and he also called Chhattisgarh Chief Minister to his office, at Prime Minister's office, and he wanted to create peace and try to decide where to go. Long story short again, Ratan Tata, before even Manmohan Singh opened his mouth, took a cup, poured chai and made it overflow and said, Gujarat is like this. I don't want to go there. It is overflowing with industrialization, it is overflowing with development, why should I go there? Manmohan Singh is like, chai is getting wasted in Prime Minister's office. Okay. Now, Rajshekhar Reddy did not get a chance to speak. Ratan Tata has already stolen the show. Okay, Chhattisgarh Chief Minister did not know what to do. But Modi ji got up. I'm not a fan of Modi ji, I disclaim. Okay, Modi ji got up and then he said, okay, and in his Gujarati accent, he said, please sit down. He took 2 cubes of sugar, put it into that overflowing cup of tea, and he said, आप गुजरात में आओगे तो मीठा ही बनेगा, overflow नहीं होगा. Okay, and then he stirred it. And look at the arrogance. Prime Minister is there, Ratan Tata is there, and 2 Chief Ministers are there. He took that cup of coffee and he sat down and he started drinking. Okay, and everybody had nothing else to say, and finally the rest is history. The plant went to Gandhinagar. This is a true story. It was quoted in India Today. Okay, this is a true story. I am not creating no imagination here. I said the same story to them. I said, listen, when those people at that level can sort out their problems over a cup of coffee or tea, why can't we sort out over a cup of food, a plate of food? So I went back to my paneer. And you know what? I am again not exaggerating. You can ask people there. The person who brought them to me was Ravi Teja. Okay? You can ask all the 3 of them, including me, 4 of us ate food in the same damn plate. Okay, you were district leader, you wanted to cut. Yes, Vikram, you wanted to say.
He was there.
You were there?
Did you get your paneer?
I got my paneer first and then I offered my plate to them. But then, the point here is, you need to tell your stories right. I had to know, I tell them anything that I don't fight like children, अरे ये सब होता है यार छोड़ दो अभी contest के ऊपर ध्यान दो. And let me tell you, both of them after that plate of food, of course differences were there, nothing were eased out, but that day it went smooth. Later, I had to sit with them and then try to put little more clear demarcations and say this is your territory, that is your territory, and let's work together. But at the end of the day, you diffuse the crisis. Toastmasters for the real world is this, and that's my concluding line. You know when to do what because you get your thought right, the right thought. Last question I'll end this with. All of you have prepared your prepared speeches. Can you prepare your prepared speeches without thinking? You have to think about the topic, you have to think about the opening, you have to think about the body, the supporting material, the conclusion, the quote, the humor, right? What it means to me is communication is just byproduct. The actual thing which goes in is your thought process. Yes or no? It expands your thought process. I mean, you have done your projects, right? CC1, we used to call CC1, but now you call it as icebreaker, and then you call it as organizing your speech, and then you go with play with words, and then body language and eye contact or vocal variety or whatever. At the end of the day, all of that starts and ends with thought process. Am I right?
Yes.
You have to have the thought, and if you don't have the thought, your communication, you may have the best Wren and Martin memorized, but it doesn't make any sense. So that is what I would like to leave you with. Toastmasters for the real world is all about refining your thought process. If If your thought process is refined, today I'm a Bangalorean, I don't know Telugu. If I start speaking Telugu for 10 minutes, you'll all jump out of this room. Right? But I'm able to conduct press meets, I'm able to conduct meetings with my drivers and escorts, I'm able to communicate with that Raitu Bazaar people every Monday and every Wednesday near my house where I can go and buy my sabzis and come back. It is because I know the thought. I have the thought process to communicate with them. My language may not be perfect. My vocabulary may not be perfect. And Tamil, in the real world, it does not matter. It does not matter. Right? Kapil Dev, classic example. How many of you watched the movie 83? Right? He did not know Hindi when he won the World Cup. But British never said that you don't know English, so I won't give you the World Cup. Right? So that's the thing. Toastmasters for the real world is about refining your thought process. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chandra, for that wonderful and inspiring keynote address. I'm sure this will remain a memorable talk for all the speech crafters and the members present here. It is now the time to